Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Freeman Motorsports. Thanks for tuning in for the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Bristol. It's the Food City 300, and this is the last race of the regular season for these guys. It is cutoff time, and there are 4 drivers in the mix to point their way in tonight. And then there's still the possibility of there being a new winner, and that's shaking up everything. Well, thanks to everybody tuning in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Feel free to pick or put your pick to win tonight in the chat. Starting on pole is Ty Gibbs. We'll go through your starting order here in just a moment, guys. Also, make sure you guys stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll be live as well for the NASCAR Cup Series race, the cutoff race for the round of 1. Thanks to everybody tuning in here, guys. We're going to go through our starting order. On the front row, it's Ty Gibbs, and his outside is Josh Berry. Then behind them, in row number 2, Justin Allgaier and A.J. Allmendinger. In row 3, Sam Mayer, and then Sammy Smith in that 18 car part-time. And then just behind him in row 4, Jeb Burton, the highest of the non-playoffs drivers in terms of where they're starting. I think Jeb Burton, who had pace in qualifying and practice, might have a shot at sneaking his way in tonight with the win. To his outside, Daniel Hemrick. In row 5, Noah Gragson. And then Ryan Sieg, one of the drivers trying to battle their way in on points tonight. He comes into tonight 19 points below the cut line. He's trying to get by Landon Castle. In row 6, Brandon Jones, who just announced he'll be moving to the number 9 car with JRM next year. To his outside, Riley Herbst. Both of those guys are locked in. In row 7, Brandon Brown, another driver who needs to win tonight. And then to his outside, Stephen Parsons on a part-time schedule, but he's going to be going to the rear of the field for unapproved adjustments. In row 8, Austin Hill, and then Landon Castle. Landon Castle comes into tonight 19 points above the cut line. A pretty safe margin as long as nothing goes terribly wrong or if we get a new winner. But I feel like the pressure is definitely on for Landon Castle tonight. In row 9, Mason Massey and Anthony Alfredo. Then Alfredo in a must-win situation. In row 10, Jeremy Clements, who is now in the playoffs with his win being given back to him. That win he got at Daytona was originally taken away because he failed post-race inspection, but they challenged that ruling and they won. So he's back in the playoffs to his outside. Bailey Curry, who was really fast in practice, he might be somebody to keep an eye on. In row 11, Jeffrey Earnhardt and Sheldon Creed. Sheldon Creed is a guy who's had a lot of pace recently, but has just come up short a couple times. I think he might have a shot at winning tonight, but he qualified pretty poorly, so he's got a lot of ground to make up here early. In row 12, Patrick Emmerling, and then Nick Sanchez making his Xfinity Series debut, I believe, in that 48. In row 13, Alex LeBay and J.J. Yaley. Row 14, David Starr and Ryan Ellis. Row 15, B.J. McLeod and Josh Williams. Row 16, Sage Karam and Ronnie Bassett Jr. In row 17, Kyle Weatherman and Chris Wright. Row 18, C.J. McLaughlin and Myatt Snyder. Row 19, Joe Graff Jr. and Bobby McCarty rounds out your field. We'll keep you guys updated on all the action tonight, including what the playoff standings are looking like, who's in, who's out. But yeah, it's a battle between Hemrick, who comes into tonight pretty comfortably above the cut line, 37 points to the good. So unless something goes terribly wrong for him, or maybe we get a new winner, there's really no way he gets eliminated. But then it's Landon Castle, 19 points to the good, who's pretty safe, but obviously not, definitely not totally safe yet. Then behind him, Ryan Sieg, 19 points to the bad. Then Sheldon Creed, who I think is the guy, like I said, to keep your eye on. He's been the hard charger recently, and of these 4 guys we're talking about, he has shown the most race-winning pace as of late. But he comes into tonight 32 points to the bad. And then there are a couple guys that have to win to get in, and only the top 20 in points have the option to be able to win and get in, unlike in the Cup Series where it's the top 30. But those other guys that could win and get in, Brandon Brown, who will be in the 5 car tonight, Anthony Alfredo in the 23, Jeremy Clements, or not Jeremy Clements, he's already won and he's in, but then Jeb Burton, Myatt Snyder, and Alex LeBay. Now, if Alex LeBay were to crash out Bailey Curry, and if Bailey Curry were to win this race, Bailey Curry would probably be in. But, yeah, that's basically all your win and you're in scenarios that could happen tonight. But thanks to everybody tuning in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. I appreciate it. We'll be live again tomorrow. I know Eric Jesse Little retiring. Not really like he's getting old, he's retiring though, but I believe he's got a job opportunity to work for NASCAR similar to like a Ben Kennedy situation. So I feel like it's almost a winning scenario for him. But thanks to everybody tuning in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Vote in the chat who you think is going to win tonight. Stage 1 tonight is a total of 85 laps. The whole race is 300 laps, 150 miles. A lot of action is going to be happening tonight under the lights at Bristol. And this is just going to be a foreshadowing to tomorrow night's chaos in the whole 500 laps that'll be happening tomorrow. Oh boy, Bristol just never disappoints, does it? And the cars are rolling off the starting grid. We already went through our starting order just a second ago, but once again, your first 5 rows: Gibbs, Berry on the front row, then Allgaier and Allmendinger on row 2, Mayer and Smith row 3, Burton and Hemrick row 4, and Gregson and Ryan Sieg in row 5. But the one thing that we saw in last night's Truck Series race, and with the new PJ1 that they've kind of put down in turns in each end of the racetrack, right around the bottom, is the place to be is down low. You want to be running right around that bottom line as best you can. The sticky stuff is where it's at. But also track position is key because it's only one groove. It really is hard to make a lot of passes and to fly it through the field like we've kind of seen in the past at this racetrack. So going to the rear of the field and getting a penalty maybe under pit stops or something is going to be a very difficult penalty to overcome, because that's the thing with this track being so short. If we have maybe a 30-lap, not even a 30-lap run, if we have a 10-lap or 15-lap green flag run, the leaders catch the back of the field. So you're definitely at risk of going a lap down if you get sent to the rear of the field here on a restart. I know, Eric. It's going to be a surprise, I think, tonight. Ty Majeski got his first career win last night. Maybe we'll have another first-time winner, like a Landon Castle or a Sheldon Creed or a Ryan Sieg. Those guys battling right around the cut line. But thanks to everybody tuning in. We got 20 people watching right now. We only got 5 likes, guys. Let's get up to 10 likes. I appreciate it. But yeah, these guys are going to be getting the green flag here, I would assume, pretty soon. They're already getting stacked up double file. Last year, the defending winner of this race, A.J. Allmendinger, is going to roll off in 4th place. Him and Austin Cindric came to the line in one of the more iconic finishes in recent Bristol history. They came sliding, crashing across the finish line in what was a crazy finish to the end of the regular season last year, where Allmendinger was able to get that regular season championship over Austin Cindric. Behind him, more chaos ensued between Herbst and Allgaier. Oh my goodness, you guys can see my reaction to that finish somewhere on this channel if you want to go and check that out. No problem, Eric. I don't know if you saw, I sent you the tracking number on Facebook Messenger. But you guys, if you want to check out some of the other links or help support this channel in other ways, check out some of the links in the description. We got the Instagram down there, the second channel, which we use sometimes. Check out our eBay page. We got some stuff for sale down there. But yeah, I think tomorrow's race is going to be really eventful. A lot of guys shuffled all right around that cut line. Big names like Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick below the cut line going into tomorrow's race. And maybe some underdog might be able to sneak his way into the next round. But also, the big names, Kyle Busch, Logano, Suarez, some guys like that. Byron, very poor qualifying efforts. So they're going to be having to come from the back tomorrow night. So we'll have to see how they perform. But on pole for tomorrow's race, Eric Almirola put in a great qualifying effort. And honestly, all of Stewart-Haas seems pretty fast. 3 Stewart-Haas Fords in the top 8 or top 7 actually for tomorrow's race. So I think they're going to be some of the ones to watch tomorrow. But tonight, there are not many Fords in this one, but Ford is hoping they can get Ryan Sieg into this playoffs. Ford, after Penske kind of pulled out of the series, they lost a lot of their representation in terms of competitive cars in this series. And if Ryan Sieg doesn't make it into the playoffs, that means there will be no Fords in this year's Xfinity Series playoffs, which is pretty crazy to think. You just got JRM and Colleague, two of the bigger teams, all Chevrolet, and then you got Joe Gibbs, who's, of course, with the Toyota Power. But right now, guys, I'm going to give you my playoff predictions for the night. I think Daniel Hemrick is going to make it in. I think he's got big enough of a point cushion. But then I think it's going to be Sheldon Creed getting it done in victory lane, and he'll move on into the playoffs by winning tonight, getting his first career win. But then I think after that scenario, the most likely thing to happen would be nothing really changes, and it's just Hemrick and Castle that are both able to squeeze in. I just don't think Ryan Sieg's going to have enough pace to go up there and score enough points to pass Castle in points, unless Castle has an issue like he crashes out or gets put a couple laps down early in this one. Hey, guys, we got 30 people watching. I appreciate it, but can we get up to 15 likes? Let's get up to 15 likes, guys. It's a free way to help support the stream. Drop a like and subscribe, guys. It's a free way to help support what we do here at Freeman Motorsports. I appreciate it. But yeah, track position is going to be the name of the game tonight. Staying up front is going to be key on these late race restarts. Working through traffic was a hard thing to do last night in the Truck Series with this one-grooved Bristol that we've kind of been seeing so far this weekend. Now, it is a possibility that as these guys run more and more and more laps on this racetrack, that they'll slowly start to wear away some of that. I believe we'll just call it the sticky stuff. So maybe that'll kind of change up the groove a bit, maybe make that inside line not as powerful. But we'll have to see as the night goes on. Yeah, right now, as they start this race, it's going to be Ryan Sieg, 13 points behind Landon Castle when they get the green flag. And he's going to be 29 points, he's going to be, 29 points behind Daniel Hemrick. Or maybe it's 39 points, my bad. So Hemrick even more to the good right now. Anyways, we're about to get the green flag. Lights are out on the pace car. It's Gibbs on the outside, Barry on the inside. Green flag in the air here at Bristol. The Food City 300 is underway. As they go down into turn one, Gibbs is going to roll that high line. And Allmendinger way up the track in turn one. He's going backwards. Issues for the 16 car on this restart. He is flying backwards. I think he just kind of overshot turn one there. And that cost him about 5 spots here already. But it's Ty Gibbs out to the lead, leads lap 1. And then Barry and Allgaier side by side for second place. Sammy Smith has moved up to 4th on the restart here. But Allmendinger, wow, he just fell. I don't know where he went. Going into turn one, he dropped all the way back from 4th to 9th place on lap 1. And now he's getting held up on the outside line by his teammate Daniel Hemrick as everybody's just trying to get down to that inside line. And one guy who is on that inside line, Ryan Sieg, he's going forward here on this restart. He's already up to 8th place. He's picked up 2 spots. And it looks like he's going to pick up another as he's going to go by Daniel Hemrick, one of the guys he's battling in points. And already almost 4 laps complete here at Bristol. It takes about a minute to complete 4 laps here, about 16 seconds a lap. These guys fly around this half-mile short track called the Last Great Coliseum. And already the guys at the tail of the field more than half a lap down, guys. That's what I was saying. Lap traffic will be an issue all day, but you don't want to get stuck near the back because you're going to be at risk of going a lap down quickly on a green flag run. And the caution is out for the 48 of Nick Sanchez. Doesn't look like he's got much damage. I don't know what's going on. It is sparking out the bottom of that car, but doesn't seem like there's any damage to it. Maybe something broke? Not really sure why we're under caution right now for this 48, but he's going to make it to pit road here. And we're going to see if we can get a replay. Oh, yeah, he does have a tire go down, but able to keep it from going down to the wall. Wow, that was one of the most peculiar things I've ever seen. Apparently he's got a tire going down, but I mean, all the tires look like they're pretty much up. I guess it's the right front that's down, but I mean, it's not like it shredded up or even really fully deflated. That's just really weird there, but yeah, I mean, Sanchez should be able to stay on the lead lap here, so that's a lucky break for him, but I mean, that was a really interesting start there, but, you know, already a lot of mayhem here early. Allmendinger losing spots, guys. Ryan Sieg moving forward. Jeb Burton up to 6th place. A lot of shuffling up positions here early. And issues for Nick Sanchez early on, but everybody looks like they'll be able to continue on after this quick caution here early on. But it looks like we'll have to see. We're going to have another restart, and everybody will have another opportunity to go for it. Yeah, A.J. Allmendinger here on this initial start dropped from 4th to 11th place in the first 5 laps. A really tough start to the night for the 16 team. Already 7 spots down from their original starting position. But now as they run, Ty Gibbs is trying to chase A.J. Allmendinger for that regular season championship tonight. Get all those extra playoff points that come along with getting that regular season championship. Right now, Ty Gibbs 31 points behind Allmendinger, so he's going to need Allmendinger to lose a lot more spots than where he currently is at. But as they run, Ryan Sieg is only 13 points behind Landon Castle. I know he is 14 points behind Landon Castle. Or, well, actually, no, he's only 7 points behind Landon Castle right now as they run, with Ryan Sieg in position to score a couple stage points. Ryan Sieg only about less than 10 points behind Landon Castle. Because right now, where is Landon running? In that 11 car. So he's made up a couple spots as well. He started 15th. He's up to 12th, so he's moving forward, but still not in the top 10 yet. Yeah, all 38 cars still in this race. Caution out for Nick Sanchez, blowing a tire here early on, but is able to keep it down to the wall. Pretty solid job at doing that, but yeah, it looks like we're going to get restarted here, though, in just a moment. Sammy, how are you doing? Thanks to everybody tuning in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hey, we're up to 15 likes. I appreciate it. We got 35 people watching. Let's get up to 20 likes. Let's do it. Yeah, stage 1, 85 laps, but a lap is literally 16 seconds, so that'll fly by. And the lights are out on the pace car, so we're about to get restarted again. Ty Gibbs on the outside line once again. Had a good launch on that first restart. To his inside, Justin Allgaier, and then Josh Berry and Sammy Smith on row 2. And now the pace car is going to pull off, and the green flag will be back out in the air. Ty Gibbs on the outside, Allgaier on the inside. As they come into the Geico restart zone, green flag in the air, and the inside line's really going to stack up. The 27's going to poke out a line there for a second. But it's Ty Gibbs out to the lead once again as they come off of turn 2. Allgaier will be able to slide up into second place, then Barry third, and Sam Mayer's going to take 4th place from Sammy Smith. Ryan Sieg losing a couple spots on this restart. He's back to 9th place. As they run, though, Ryan Sieg 13 points out. Castle 13 points in. It looks like that 16 car has kind of found its spot right now in 11th place, so it's kind of looks like he's settled in. I think, honestly, it really wasn't any issue there for the 39. I think he just kind of overdrove it. Oh, we got a spinner, the 98. Riley Herbst, but they're going to keep it green, or no, they're not. Good save there by Riley Herbst, but whoo! Just kind of lost it there going into turn 3. Was kind of underneath the 2 of Sheldon Creed, who's been moving forward since the green flag. And actually, it just looks like the 2 and the 98 just kind of made a bit of contact, and that sent the 98 around. Able to corral it, keep it down to the inside wall, and, well, we'll keep things going. You can already just see, though, just the energy already building up here early on. A lot of guys pushing this shoe really hard since the green flag. But Sheldon Creed, after starting 22nd, already up to 14th, he knows that he's got to move forward in tonight's race if he wants any shot at moving on. Even if he doesn't win, he's going to need to finish top 5 or something to even have a shot at pointing his way. And he came into tonight's race 32 points to the bad. But right now it's Ty Gibbs who's led every lap so far, and he's holding off 3 JRM Chevrolets behind him. Then Sammy Smith rounds out your top 5. Then Jeb Burton so far having a solid performance in 6th place. Then Gregson, Jones, Sieg, and Hemrick round out your top 10. Then Allmendinger, Castle, Hill, Creed, and Curry your top 15. Yeah, we really haven't been able to get into a long green flag run, though, yet so far. We just had 2 quick cautions, no more than about 5 laps of green flag racing at a time so far tonight. So lap traffic really hasn't been an issue yet for anybody. So, you know what, those guys that are kind of further back in the field that maybe had to go to the rear of the field to start the night, they're not as concerned about going a lap down in stage 1 anymore. Tate Flag, what's up? How you doing? Thanks to everybody tuning in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. It's a free way to help support the channel. I appreciate it. Yeah, right now, as they run, we really have not been able to get a lot of green flag racing yet, so we haven't really been able to tell who really has the best cars on the long run. Yeah, Landon Castle with, I mean, he's doing all right so far down in 11th or 12th place, but Ryan Sieg up in 9th in position to score a couple stage points. So as they run, he's only 11 points to the bad. So Sieg keeping it tight. Honestly, I don't really anticipate Ryan Sieg, or I didn't before this race anticipate Ryan Sieg racing his way in. That car's been solid. They've got 9 top 10s on the season, but I mean, I think maybe only a small handful of top 5s. I mean, that 39 team is just consistent. They're not, a threat to win ever. I mean, that's not necessarily to, disregard them as a team. They're one of these smaller organizations, a smaller family-owned organization compared to the guys they're competing with, Junior Motorsports, Colleague, and Gibbs, and RCR. So they're doing a good job. And I think it would be really big for that team to make it into the playoffs. It'd actually be the 4th time they've made the playoffs. That's honestly what that Ryan Sieg Racing team has done over the last, 6 years or so, is they've really just shown up and been the most consistent of the big teams. And that's allowed them to get into the playoffs so many times without ever scoring a win. Thanks to everybody watching, though, right now. We got 40 people watching. I appreciate it. But can we get up to 30 likes, guys? We got 40 people watching. Can we get up to 30 likes? We're at 20 right now. And once again, it's going to be Gibbs, though, on this restart. Allgaier on the inside of Ty Gibbs as they come into the restart zone. In row 2, it's Josh Berry on the outside of Sam Mayer. Gibbs has had control of every restart so far, and it looks like he's going to do it again with this one. As they go down into turn 1, Gibbs already clear for the lead. Josh Berry, though, trying to roll the outside and get up to 2nd place, but it's not going to stick. Sammy Smith, though, battling with Sam Mayer. The 18 car looks like it's going to move it back up to 4th. And, yep, he's up to 4th place. Gregson trying to make it happen on the outside of Jeb Burton. And Ryan Sieg has lost a couple spots here on this restart. Dropped back to 11th place. Kind of stuck on the inside, and Landon Castle actually going by that 39 car on the outside right now. Ooh, Jeb Burton and Noah Gregson really going at it side by side right now. The 9 car on the outside, the 27 down low. Gregson making the most of this high side, and honestly, compared to the last night's Truck Series race, the 9 car already doing more on the outside line than we saw anybody do in the Truck Series race last night. Just that inside was so much more powerful. And honestly, though, I'm kind of glad that we're seeing this. I think we're seeing that PJ1 kind of wear off, and it's kind of making it where the inside line and the outside line are a bit more equal. It's also just cool to see the track kind of evolve over the weekend and see drivers adapt. Yeah, the 27 of Jeb Burton can't really hold the inside line as well as the guys he's around. He's kind of diamonding the corner. And he's just trying. He knows if he can keep down low to the inside of this 9, he's got the preferred line. So he's able to really hang in this fight. So right now, if you're just Jeb Burton, you're just trying to wear down the 9 and Noah Gragson until he just kind of gives in and just tucks in line behind you. Because it's just, right now, though, one thing Gregson's doing, though, is he's really starting to wear in this outside groove. The more drivers run up there, the more it'll rubber in, the more people will be able to drive it and have competitive lap times. "25 laps complete here already, man. The laps are flying by here at Bristol. 60 to go here in stage 1. Out front, it's Ty Gibbs by second over Justin Allgaier. And then a second half back is Josh Berry, and then Sammy Smith's up to second place, but Sam Mayer staying on his bumper. And Gregson's going to be able to just clear Jeb Burton this time off of turn 2. Meanwhile, Sam Mayer's going to slot in ahead of Sammy Smith. It looks like that 18 car might have just let Mayer go by here early on. Realized it really wasn't worth fighting for it right now. Yeah, Ryan Sieg has dropped back to 12th place on this restart. He was running up in 7th when they got the green flag, so he's lost 5 spots. Not the direction he wants to be going in, and he's got Sheldon Creed on his bumper right now. And I can already see this outside line is going to be a lot more of a factor tonight than it was last night. Brandon Jones now is the driver working in that outside, trying to go around A.J. Allmendinger. Yeah, as they run, it's Hemrick 47 points to the good, then Castle is 22 to the good, Sieg 22 to the bad, and Sheldon Creed is 40 to the bad. So that cut line's not too tight right now. Whoa, Sheldon Creed and Ryan Sieg getting pretty close there off of turn 2. Sieg on the outside, Sheldon Creed on the inside. Creed's been working on this pass for quite a few laps now. As they go, oh, and now they're going to touch fenders there just a bit. The left front of the 2 to the left rear of the 39. And now Sieg's going to be able to hold on to that spot. Creed was really trying to work him over, but he got a bit loose there off of turn 4. Had to concede that attempt at making the move happen. Thanks to everybody tuning in, though, right now. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Sieg trying to go to the inside of Brandon Jones now. This is for 11th place. That 19 car is kind of fading right now. And Sieg is going to be able to make that pass happen. And Brandon Jones is dealing with an issue. And Brandon Jones having an issue with his window net. His window net is not like hooked on as it's supposed to be. And he's having to almost hold it up with one of his hands right now. And, well, yeah, you can't really do that and race this track at the same time. And that might be black flag material. Oh, we got a caution. We got a caution. And it's the 48 of Nick Sanchez again. So now Nick Sanchez is going to spin it. And this time he will lose a lap, but we'll have to see what happened with him this time. Looks like more damage to the left rear now. Or the right rear, my bad. But yeah, Nick Sanchez already brought out 2 cautions in the first 36 laps. And this time it was just he got up the racetrack. It looks like, yeah, he just got up the racetrack and just gotten into the wall off of turn 2. This was honestly pretty close to our leaders. Tate flag, yeah, hopefully we can make it to 3K by the end of the season. I mean, that would be pretty insane. And that was kind of our stretch goal early on in the summer when we hit 2,000 subscribers. Not even early on in the summer. I'm talking like a month ago. We've gained so many subscribers, guys. I really appreciate it. But yeah, let's make it to 3,000 subscribers, guys. Do it for Dale. And hey, we're up to 25, 23, guys. I appreciate it. Just refreshed that page. Got 2 new subscribers. Thanks a lot. Don't forget, guys, we will be live tomorrow night for the Cup Series race, and that's when the real action's going to happen. Just going to hope I have enough voice left for that, to be honest with you. That's why I might be a little bit quieter tonight, as I'm trying to save what I've got left of my voice. And look at that. A couple guys are going to pull down pit road here, and this is a strategy move. Sheldon Creed and Brandon Jones are going to pop into pit road, and I don't see many other guys doing it, but the strategy move here by Sheldon Creed and Brandon Jones is to stay out here at the end of stage 1 when everybody else most likely comes in and pits, and then they will not have to pit till the end of stage 2. Quite a few guys towards the back of the pack also coming in now real quick. Right now, this is a good opportunity for Brandon Jones for them to repair that window net. He was having to hold it up as they raced around the racetrack, and I was not going to be surprised if he was going to see the black flag from NASCAR pretty shortly. But that caution kind of saved him, as now he's able to come down pit road, and they're going to restrap that window net on that 19 car. Yeah, thanks to everybody watching right now. We got 40 people watching. We got 25 likes, though. Let's get up to 30 likes. Let's make it happen, baby. It looks like we're going to get this green flag here pretty shortly. We're right about at the halfway point in stage 1. Already have had 3 cautions here pretty quickly to start off the night. No big incidents yet. Everybody's still in this race. Couple of guys, though, already a lap down. Nick Sanchez, but that's because he was he spun and brought out the caution. It looks like the free pass for this most recent caution will be the 35 of Patrick Emmerling. Then you have BJ McLeod, Ronnie Bassett Jr., Bobby McCarty, and Nick Sanchez, each 1 lap down. And yeah, and it is not untypical, or that's not the right word. It is not unforeseen to see the guys up front lap up into the top 15 here at Bristol. It's only a half mile around this racetrack. You get a long green flag run, and these guys just slice through the field. But at the front, it's Ty Gibbs and Justin Allgaier. We're about to get the green flag once again. Ty Gibbs has led every lap so far. Does Allgaier have anything for him on this restart? A pretty tight restart this time. The 7 holding his own down low, but behind him, the inside line really stacks up. Sam Mayer losing a couple spots. But off of turn 2, they're still side by side. The 7 to the inside of the 54 as they go into turn 3, and Ty Gibbs is just going to be able to clear Justin Allgaier off of turn 4 for the lead. Then it's Barry and Gregson looking for 3rd place on his teammate, but he's going to tuck in line. Now you have Gibbs leading all 4 of the JRM Chevrolets that round out your top 5. Then Jeb Burton, Allmendinger, Sammy Smith, Austin Hill, and Daniel Hemrick, your top 10. And then you have Landon Castle running just outside your top 10, as well as Ryan Sieg. Those guys battling for that last spot in the playoffs. Oh, and Gregson's going to get a bit loose there off of turn 4. Sam Mayer might poke the nose in. No, he's going to back out of it. That was pretty tight, though. The 1's going to give the 9, though, a little bit of a bump. Knock him up out of the groove. Sam Mayer's trying to get by his teammate Noah Gregson right here. And behind him, oh, big crash on the back straightaway. The 5 of Brandon Brown backs it into the inside wall. That deck lid and rear bumper is pretty jacked. That is a really tough break for Brandon Brown. He was having a great run going in that 5 car. Qualified inside the top 15. Was running inside the top 15. And this was one of the guys who did have a shot at winning tonight and making it into the playoffs. They might be able to tape that thing back up and get him back out there, but I don't know. That looks pretty terminal right there. Right now, the pit crew members on that 5 car are sorting the damage. And they're going to try and replace the deck lid on that 5. And honestly, it looks like the 5, he just kind of lost it on his own right there. Maybe he got a bit of help from the 36 of Alex LeBay, but either way, just off of turn 2, Just almost saved it, but then just looped it around and backed it into the inside wall. That's a really tough break for Brandon Brown, like I was saying. But yeah, guys, besides the people battling to get in on points, the drivers that can win and get in, guys like Alfredo, Brandon Brown, Myatt Snyder, Jeb Burton, Alex LeBay, and Bailey Curry are the guys that can win and get in tonight. But that caution will give the free pass to Ronnie Bassett Jr., put him back on the lead lap. But yeah, Ty Gibbs has just led every lap so far, started on pole, hasn't had any threat yet. That outside line really seems to be the dominant line on these restarts so far. Allgaier's been trying his best, but just can't do anything. We'll have to see if anybody else decides to come down pit road under this caution. We saw quite a few takers towards the back of the field on the last caution, trying to pull a strategy where if they pit now, they don't have to pit at the end of the stage, so they'll cycle to the lead for the running of stage 2. Thanks to everybody tuning in, though. Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe. We are not sponsored by Wellesley Farms Purify Water, but if you want to sponsor us, reach out anytime. Imagine being sponsored by water. That would be pretty funny. But yeah, guys, our longest green flag run of the night has only been about 10 laps. We've already had 4 cautions in the first, 50 laps of this one. We have not, every, 10 laps so far, just somebody towards the rear of the field has just spun it. Not really any big incidents yet other than Brandon Brown just kind of bending it into the wall there, but as they run, it's Landon Castle 20 to the good over Ryan Sieg. And then Daniel Hemrick looking pretty safe as of right now in terms of points, 45 to the good. Sheldon Creed, 44 to the good. Daniel Hemrick trying to score some stage points here in stage 1. Currently runs in 9th. I believe if Daniel Hemrick can score, I believe it's 10 points in the stages. He basically clinches. So it's going to be Gibbs on the outside, Allgaier on the inside. Once again, a copy of all the restarts we've seen so far tonight. Then in row 2, it's Josh Berry on the outside, Noah Gregson on the inside. Yeah, it's just been kind of a constant outside line dominating the restarts, and then everybody just gets down to the inside as fast as they can. But once again, we'll have to see how the fresh tires do on this restart. They'll be coming from the back pretty quickly, trying to make as many passes as they can early on. Make the most of these fresh tires. But the green flag's back in the air, and it's another good restart for Ty Gibbs on the outside. But Justin Allgaier, it looks like he's getting a better and better feel for this inside. Every time he's getting closer, but it looks like Gibbs is going to be able to clear him for the lead as they go into turn 3 once again. But Gregson is going to be able to take 3rd place from Josh Berry on the inside. And then Sam Mayer's trying to hold off Jeb Burton for 5th. And it looks like this outside line is starting to come in just a bit, guys. Yeah, now Allgaier is starting to use that outside line a little bit. Or not the outside, but about 1 groove up off the bottom. We're not seeing anybody run the wall yet. But Allgaier definitely running a bit higher than we've seen anybody do successfully so far tonight. But it's currently that battle between Landon Castle and Ryan Sieg is going on. They're side by side. They're side by side in points and side by side on the racetrack. Ryan Sieg down low, Landon Castle up high. Battling for 11th place, just ahead of him, Austin Hill. Ryan Sieg's got the preferred line. Castle trying to make the most of the outside for now. And it looks like Sieg is going to be able to pull off the pass. Sieg's up to 11th, so as they run, Sieg 18 points to the bad. But Gregson has closed up to the bumper of Justin Allgaier now as they go into turn 1. That 9 car has slowly been picking his way forward. 30 to go here in stage 1. Coming to 29 to go. And Jeb Burton trying to hold off a charge from Daniel Hemrick, the 11 car, using the bumper a bit there, trying to get by this 27. Hemrick's trying to pick up some stage points. Give him a bit more of a safety net going into stage 2. Behind these guys, the guy that's kind of fallen back, Sammy Smith, has dropped back to 9th place after running up in about 4th not too long ago. Ryan Sieg trying to get by Austin Hill, though, to move up into the top 10, and more importantly, move up into the stage point giving positions. And it looks like this might already be our longest green flag run of the night, guys. It just seems like we cannot get more than 8 laps in a row without a caution. But it looks like now we're kind of settling in here for a bit of a run to the end of stage 1. But the leader's already just about 2 or 3 laps away from catching the tail end of the field. This track, everybody knows, it's one of the shortest tracks on the schedule. Lap times of just over about 15 seconds. It looks like Brandon Brown is going to be out of this race. A tough break for that 5 team. Showed great pace in practice and qualifying. Just a tough break in the race. Man, Ty Gibbs has led every lap so far, and they are going to cut to NASCAR Nonstop. Thankfully, not a full commercial break. Always got to appreciate that. But Sheldon Creed on fresh tires has worked his way up to 19th place, and he might have a shot at getting some stage points here in stage 1 before it's all said and done. And the thing is he is in 19th, but he has already made his pit stop to make it to the end of stage 2. So all these guys ahead of him are going to have to pit at the end of stage 1, so he will cycle through to the lead. So he'll be in great position to score quite a few stage points in stage 2. And if he can even pick up a couple in stage 1, that'll definitely help him out. But we're coming to 20 to go here in stage 1, and your leaders have already caught the tail end of the lead lap cars. And that's going to bunch up your leaders right away. Ty Gibbs, the track is so one-grooved that when you get a lapped car running the low line ahead of you, that just bogs you down so much as you try to pass them on the outside, and that'll allow Justin Allgaier, Noah Gragson, and maybe even Sam Mayer to catch right back up to this leader. And Sheldon Creed's going to the inside of J.J. Yaley for 18th. He's going to make that pass happen. Riley Herbst also trying to pull that pass off. And yeah, lap traffic already holding up the 7 of Justin Allgaier, and that's going to allow Noah Gragson to maybe make a move. Not going to do anything this time, but the 7 going to the outside of the 35 and the 6. Thanks to everybody tuning in, though, so far, guys. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. The lap's winding down here in stage 1. Ty Gibbs has led every lap so far, but the JRM Chevrolets are in hot pursuit. And Ryan Sieg has gotten by Austin Hill. He's up to 10th place, so he's in position to get some stage points. Now he's trying to get by Sammy Smith. $15 to go here. 15 to go here at Bristol. But now Sheldon Creed under pressure from Riley Herbst for that 18th spot. But that spot isn't just a battle for 18th. It's a battle for the lead after the end of stage 1. And right now the 98's got the preferred line down low on the inside of the 2. But the 2's trying to roll the top. And he's going to make it happen off turn 4. He'll hold on to that spot for now. And it really seems like that outside line's really starting to rubber in. The preferred line's still down low, but it looks like that outside line's becoming more and more serviceable. And it looks like Riley Herbst is going to be able to pull off that pass, though, now on Sheldon Creed off of turn 4. Took him a couple laps, but now Riley Herbst up to 18th. And like I'm saying, that's the battle for the lead after we get this stage 1 caution. And now Ryan Sieg has gotten by Sammy Smith, so he's up to 9th place. And Landon Castle still running outside the top 10, so Ryan Sieg in position to get a couple stage points and just close up that gap in terms of the playoffs just a bit. But with 10 to go on stage 1. 10 to go on stage 1. It's Gibbs, Allgaier, Gregson, and Mayer, your top 4, separated by less than a second as they're working lap traffic right now. Ty Gibbs trying to put the 91 of Mason Massey a lap down. They've put in the 31 of Myatt Snyder a lap down, and Myatt Snyder is trying to still race into the playoffs. He's got to win tonight to get in, but if he were able to win, he would lock himself into the playoffs. But right now, going a lap down here early on in stage 1 doesn't look like his chances are too good. But Ty Gibbs is under pressure right now from Justin Allgaier, but he's going to be able to use the lapped car, the 91, as a pick to hold on to that lead for now. And now there's a tiny bit of clean track in front of the 54, but then there's 3 more lead-lapped cars that he's going to have to probably put a lap down here before the end of the stage. So that's going to allow another opportunity for Justin Allgaier to try and make a pass happen somewhere, somehow. And Ryan Sieg right now running in 9th, Landon Castle in 10th. And Ryan Sieg's catching Landon Castle's teammate for 8th place. That'll be another stage point if you can get by him. And right now, Ty Gibbs trying to get by the 07 of Joe Graff Jr. to put him a lap down. With 6 to go, he's trying to work this lap traffic as methodically as he can because he's got the 7 and the 9 right on his bumper. And as they come to 4 to go, it looks like Ty Gibbs has now kind of worked through the bulk of the lap traffic, and it looks like he's got clean racetrack ahead of him. So that's going to help him win this stage if he's able to hold on. Oh, Alex LeBay coming down pit road. He's definitely having to make an unscheduled pit stop. That's a tough break for LeBay. LeBay had a shot at winning and getting, had a shot at being one of the drivers to win and get in. Doesn't look like it's going to happen tonight, though. Oh, Sam Mayer all over the bumper of Gregson with 2 to go. That's the battle for 3rd place on the racetrack. Just ahead of him, though, the 2 lappers. Oh, that was really tight. Joe Graff Jr. giving the bumper to C.J. McLaughlin, almost turning that 38 car around. That was tight. But the white flag is out. Ty Gibbs out front ahead of Justin Allgaier. But Ty Gibbs is getting held up by the 48. Is it's going to allow the 7 to have an opportunity to make a move going into the final turn. The 7's going to try and drive it in on the outside. Allgaier making a move to the outside of Gibbs. As they come off of turn 4, it's not going to be enough. Ty Gibbs wins every lap of stage 1 and picks up the stage 1 victory. Then Allgaier, Gregson, Mayer, your top 4. Then Allmendinger gets by Barry, then Burton, Hemrick, Castle, Sieg. So Castle able to get by Sieg there before the end of the stage and get 1 point above Ryan Sieg. So right now as they run, it's Landon Castle 20 points to the good over Ryan Sieg after stage 1 now being complete. But now all these guys I just named in the top 10 are going to have to come down pit road, and that'll cycle Riley Herbst and Sheldon Creed to the front. We'll have to see what they can do, and we'll have to see how long they're able to hold on to that track position. But tonight's already been a caution-filled race. 5 cautions in stage 1, I believe. Or, yeah, 5 cautions, including the stage 1 caution. So, yeah, we're on pace for over 15 cautions tonight. But the free pass from that caution will be C.J. McLaughlin. That'll put 26 cars back on the lead lap. And it looks like Alex LeBay will be out of this race with some sort of issue. That's a tough break for him in that 36 team. But thanks to everybody tuning in, guys. Over 45 people watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. It's a free way to help support the channel. Can we get up to 30 likes? We're just 2 away. Trying to get to 3,000 subscribers, guys. Let's do it for Dale. Yeah, I'd say so far my key impressions here after stage one, like I was saying before the race began, track position is key. I would do whatever strategy that sets you up to have the best track position when you start the final stage. And because these laps are only half a mile, you can make it, I believe, over how many laps? It's like 120 laps on a tank of gas. So you can make it the whole final stage without pitting. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'd go with whatever strategy puts me out front to begin that final stage. And then after that, it's just do what you can. And the storyline though to keep our eyes on is, does the groove get wider tonight? It seems like a second line is starting to kind of wear in just a bit. It's still not better than the inside line. We'll have to see as these guys do more and more laps and that sticky stuff starts to wear way down low. Is it start to become more of a multi-groove racetrack? Because that'll definitely change the racing. Because right now with everybody glued to the bottom, it makes it really hard to pull off a pass without using the bumper. Tate flag, you don't like Gibbs? Well, you're not alone, I'll tell you that. But with Ty Gibbs scoring that stage one victory, I think that basically, that helps him close up the battle to A.J. Allmendinger. It's down to 26 points. That's the battle for the regular season championship. And that regular season championship comes with an additional 5 playoff points. And those drivers, that's what they're fighting for. Also, Anthony Alfredo kind of sideway in his pit box. That might affect the 11 and his ability to pull out of his pit stall. I think he's going to get a penalty for that. It looks like they have one tire on the white line. I'm pretty sure they have to all be inside the white line. Also, somebody way back there comes into their pit stall totally sideways. Not sure who that is. An all-white car. But in terms of the race off of pit road, a slow stop for Sam Mayer. But Ty Gibbs will win the race off of pit road, then Allgaier, Gregson, and then Brandon Jones, Sam Mayer. So Brandon Jones only taking 2 tires, but then Sam Mayer, Allmendinger, Castle picks up 2 spots. Burton, Austin Hill picks up 3. But we'll see who stayed out here. I think it's going to be like Allgaier, or not Allgaier. It's going to be, who did stay out? I'm trying to think. It's going to be Sheldon Creed and then a couple others. It's Sheldon Creed, Jeffrey Earnhardt. Oh, only 2 guys stayed out. I thought it was going to be more than that, to be honest with you. And right now, it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, only Sheldon Creed and Jeffrey Earnhardt stayed out. I thought it was going to be a lot more than that. A lot of guys did pit on lap like 35 or 40 or whatever it was. But maybe I think they did the strategy like Brandon Jones did and decided to take 2 tires at the stage break. But you know what? Last night we saw fresh tires really didn't make a huge difference. It was really just track position that mattered. So I still kind of like the strategy called by the 2 car. Yeah, Sheldon Creed's the only guy pulling this strategy right now. I'm pretty surprised by that. I'm surprised more guys didn't go with him on this because, track position is a key. We kind of seen this so far throughout the weekend. I don't know. But maybe this strategy is going to blow up in Sheldon Creed's face. I have no idea. But thanks to everybody watching right now. We got 50 people watching. I appreciate it. Drop a like and subscribe. Trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the season. Let's do it for Dale. We're almost to 2,600. A quarter of the way there. Just about. Also, yeah, this is an update. Because Sheldon Creed is leading, that bumps Castle below the cut line by 12 points behind his teammate Daniel Hemrick. 12 points. And then Sieg would be 38 points to the bad. So basically in a must-win. But if Sheldon Creed does not win this race, and we say he finishes second place in this race, then right now he would be running ahead of Ryan Sieg, but still 22 points behind Landon Castle. So still, even if he finishes second, he's going to need to pick up quite a few stage points and hope Landon Castle has some more issues for him to be into the playoffs. But lights are out on the pace car. We'll be going green next time by. Sheldon Creed will pick the outside line. Jeffrey Earnhardt will go down low. So far, the outside line's been the dominant line on these restarts tonight. And these are the first laps being led tonight, not by Ty Gibbs. But Ty Gibbs will be restarting the second car on the outside, so I think he's going to be trying to shoot through to the lead as quickly as he can. Yeah, we're gonna be getting restarted here on lap 95. Stage 2 is 85 laps, so the same distance as stage 1. And that final stage, that means, will be 120 laps. So you can do that entire final stage, I believe, on a full tank of gas, but it's probably going to be kind of close. But I think if you get one caution, you'd probably be just about okay. But the pace car is going to pull off, and it's going to be Sheldon Creed on the outside, Jeffrey Earnhardt on the inside. And a good restart for Creed on the outside. Jeffrey Earnhardt spins the tires. That inside line stacking up big time. Ty Gibbs still looking for the lead off of turn 2, but he's not going to get it. Justin Allgaier now making a move to the outside of the 54, and that 26, wow, he caused a major stack up on the inside. Did not get going at all. I don't think he was ready for the 2-car to restart when he did. I think the 26 was honestly just kind of caught off guard there. That's, I think, more so rather than him just spinning the tires. But anyways, Allgaier was able to jump Gibbs on the outside, and now it's Justin Allgaier up to second place, using that second groove to make passes happen. And then it's Mayer and Allmendinger, your top 5. Gregson, Earnhardt, Jones, Castle, and Burton round out your top 10. And as they run, with Creed out front, he would be in the playoffs, and Hemrick would be in by 12 points over Landon Castle. But Allgaier's going to give Creed the bumper off of turn 4, and Allgaier's trying to take the lead from Sheldon Creed as they come off of turn 2. Bumping doors. Sheldon Creed on older tires than these guys, but he's just trying to use that clean air to his advantage, and he's holding his own on the outside for now. And we have seen guys holding their own on the outside for 10 laps, if not longer. But since Creed is on the older tires, I don't think he's going to be able to do it for long. Right now, Allgaier's got the advantage as they go into turn 3. As they come off of turn 4 at the line, Sheldon Creed just slightly with the advantage still. Oh, but Sheldon Creed's going to go up the track just a bit there. But as these guys battle side by side for the lead, that's going to allow Ty Gibbs and Sam Mayer to enter right back into this battle. Your top 4 covered by less than half a second right now. Yeah, Sheldon Creed making Justin Allgaier's life really difficult right now, pinching him down on the inside. And these guys just keep bumping and banging down the back straightaway off of turn 4. Woo! The 2-car just hanging his own on the outside. It's really off of turn 4 where that outside really helps Sheldon Creed. Off of turn 2, it looks like that's where the 7's a bit stronger. Oh, man, these guys are racing hard right now. Oh, and the 7 almost is going to go around. The 7 just slipped up the racetrack there a bit, got into the side of the 2, almost spun, was able to corral it. Yikes, that was really tight off of turn 4. Great save by Justin Allgaier. Some really hard racing up front right now. But it's now Ty Gibbs trying to take second place from Allgaier, but Allgaier's going to slam the door, and that's going to allow Mayer to have an opportunity here. But Ty Gibbs is going to get to the inside of the 7 down the back straightaway, but the 1's going to give his teammate a shunt. Oh, boy, this is chaos right now. What is it? Second place through 7th, separated by less than a second right now. Some really tight racing. It's Allgaier, Gibbs, Mayer, then Gregson and Allmendinger side by side, then Brandon Jones. Oh, boy. Yeah, and this outside line is definitely starting to wear in. Like I was just making a mention to. No, Allmendinger's going to shoot up the racetrack. Overdrive it just a bit. That's going to lose him 2 spots there. Now he's going to fall in to 7th, just ahead of Sammy Smith. Landon Castle moving up to 9th place as he passes Jeffrey Earnhardt. But now Sheldon Creed, that was big for that 2-car. That was big. Now he's able to kind of hold on to that lead, and these tires between him and the 7 are going to slowly equal out, and that clean air is just going to be crucial, and he ought to be able to hold his own out front for quite a bit, I would imagine. He's got about a half-second lead, though, over the 7 right now. But once he starts having to work lap traffic, that'll make things interesting. Oh, Landon Castle. Castle making an unscheduled pit stop. A right front tire is down on the 10 of Landon Castle. They're going to try and make a quick pit stop, but this is a game changer for Landon Castle. He's going to lose at least 2 laps here, having to pit under green. Oh, boy. Yeah, Landon Castle's going to merge out onto the racetrack. It looks like 2 laps down. And this is just a... And it looks like this is a bigger issue for Landon Castle. Smoke is coming out of the right front of the 10. Yeah, the brakes are on fire inside the right front of the 10 car. And this could be it for Landon Castle's playoff hopes. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, this is heartbreak right now for Landon Castle. Oh, my goodness. This is a game changer for Landon Castle. Now it looks like they're going to try and come down and figure out some way to maybe put out the fire on the right front. Just try and get him back out there. But at this point, he is going to be at least 10 laps down. And he's going to be so far out of contention. Oh, man, it's got to be so painful as a driver. There's nothing you can do. But meanwhile, the battle for the lead, Sheldon Creed is caught back, or Justin Allgaier, my bad, is caught back up to Sheldon Creed. And the battle is re-engaged up front. Allgaier trying to be methodical as he tries to work by Sheldon Creed for the lead. Allgaier's got the fresher tires, and these guys are catching the tail end of the lead lap cars, and lap traffic will add a whole nother aspect to this battle for the lead, as you're going to have to work lap traffic and battle the guys around you. But your top 6 still separated by less than a second. Things are staying tight at the front. And now Sheldon, and Landon Castle has gone to the garage. Landon Castle has gone to the garage. This is heartbreak for that 10 car and his playoff hopes. You hate to see a guy go out of the playoffs because of something totally out of his control, like that mechanical issue he's having right now. Now, maybe they can repair what's ever on that car and get him back out in 15 laps and then just hope some guys crash out in front of him and he gets points that way, but really tough break for Landon Castle. Ooh, Creed, though, working his way around these lapped cars, just staying out front, doing a good job on these older tires, maintaining this lead. But Justin Allgaier, man, he is just constantly applying the pressure, just waiting for the 2 car to slip up. But right now, even though Castle's out of this race, he's only a couple points behind Ryan Sieg. So if Ryan Sieg were to lose a couple spots on track, he could still not get in the playoffs even if he is able to finish this race, and Landon Castle's not. And right now, Ryan Sieg running in 14th, not in position to get some stage points. Yeah, right now, if you're Landon Castle, you just got to hope Ryan Sieg has some sort of issue. Man, but at the front, Sheldon Creed just trying to work his way around these lappers and stay up front at the same time. Allgaier took a peek to the inside there off of turn 2. This time off of turn 4, it gets a bit closer. Yikes. Yeah, Creed can just run this outside line well enough to where it's almost impossible for Allgaier to make the pass happen down low. Yeah, right now, when will they catch this next lapped car? Trying to look up the racetrack ahead of him. They've got maybe about 10 car lengths to the next lapped car. So this is maybe Allgaier's best shot to make a pass happen, because once they catch the lap traffic again, Creed will be able to put a little bit of distance in between him and the 7. Oh, Sheldon slips up there off of turn 2. Allgaier might be able to clear him. This time as they go into turn 3, off of turn 4, and Allgaier's going to take the lead for the first time tonight. And Sheldon Creed's going to have to slide back into second place. Now, how long can Creed hold off Ty Gibbs? But yeah, right now, as they run with Landon Castle out of the race, with Creed being in second, he's 7 points to the good, and Ryan Sieg is 7 to the bad, and Castle's 9 to the bad. So maybe if Landon Castle, I don't know if he's officially out of the race yet or not, but if they can get him back out there, even if he's 30 laps down, Then they hope some guys get taken out in crashes, which they will. They might still have a shot at pointing their way in. Right now, Sheldon Creed just trying to hold off these guys on fresh tires, try and score some stage points here in stage 2, rolling that outside to the best he can. And yeah, now he's got some guys stacked up behind him. Ty Gibbs, Gregson. Oh, crash! Oh, Gregson puts the 54 and the 2 in the wall. Oh, no! Sheldon Creed is out. Gregson! Oh, come on! Gregson, what the heck? And, oh my, I know that was an accident, but Gregson just totals the 54 and the 2. What the heck, man? It's only a lap 130. Are you kidding me? Man. Yeah, now Ryan Sieg is a shoe-in to make the playoffs. What a joke. Yeah, Gregson just puts it to the bumper of the 54, and that just puts the 54 right up the racetrack into the wall and into the 2. The 9 just takes out the 54, which takes out the 2. I mean, what the heck was that? So now Sheldon Creed is out of the playoffs, and Ty Gibbs is, he's out of this race. I mean, what a joke. I really want to see how Creed was going to do. I mean, a very competitive underdog tonight, and Gregson just takes out 2 of the most competitive cars. I mean, this is one of the things where it's like, those Noah Gregson moments where you're just like, what the heck are you doing, man? It's a tough break for Sheldon Creed here. Out of the race. Was having a great run. Do some great strategy after qualifying outside the top 20 to work his way forward. Was battling up front for the lead. Holding his own. And now he's done. And he's going to... Gibbs is also going to be done. Or I don't know. I think the Gibbs car is still rolling around, but he's basically done. He's got quite a bit of right front damage. Basically what happened off of turn 2 is the 9 car just gave a shot to the back of the 54 right in the left rear corner panel. That caused the 54 to dart up the racetrack. And, right to his outside was the 2 of Sheldon Creed, and they both just plowed the outside wall. But yeah, right now Ryan Sieg is in by 4 points over Landon Castle. Yeah, Landon Castle, right now they got the 10 car up. They're trying to repair it. And like I'm saying, if they can get Landon Castle back up there in the next 20 laps, with 2 more guys crashing out of this race, that's 2 more points for him. And more guys are going to crash out tonight. So, I think Castle still has a shot, but Ryan Sieg right now really seems to be sitting in the catbird seat unless something goes wrong. But yeah, a really tough break for Sheldon Creed. Dang, but the only thing that Sieg has to worry about now is a new winner, which is pretty unlikely considering the highest guy right now running, the guy that's running the highest that's not locked in or not, in the battle in terms of points is Jeb Burton in 11th or Anthony Alfredo in 13th. So those guys need a miracle to happen almost to get into the winning position. Man, just what in the world, dude? This is awesome. This is the story, though, of Sheldon Creed's year. He has had fast race cars, been running good, and just been taken out by somebody else's mess. This is a night that honestly has kind of defined the year for Sheldon Creed. I'd honestly argue he's almost had more speed than his teammate Austin Hill at times, but, just has had tough breaks like this. And I think Sheldon Creed next year is really going to be a threat to win the championship if they come back stronger and don't have as much bad luck. Yeah, right now as they run, Ryan Sieg is 4 points to the good. Yeah, 4 points to the good over Landon Castle, but we'll have to see if Landon Castle can get back in this race and pick up some spots from these guys that have crashed out. Because each one of those crashed out cars is 1 more point. And the other thing is Ryan Sieg still needs to get a good finish. Ryan Sieg has to finish inside the top 16 to get in or he actually has to finish inside the top 15 to get in on points, which isn't necessarily easy. If they have an issue, he's still got to finish inside the top 15. And yeah, those guys on that 10 car are working rapidly to try and get him back in this race somehow. All hope is not lost yet for the 10, but it's still very unlikely right now that he's able to get in on points. It's just up to if Ryan Sieg can execute as a driver and get a result inside the top 15. Yeah, but Ty Gibbs and Sheldon Creed are both officially out of this race. They'll join Brandon Brown in the garage. Just a tough break for Sheldon Creed, man. And I know a lot of you guys don't like Gibbs, and I mean, I'm not necessarily like sad that Gibbs is out of this race, but it's more so I'm just so bummed for Sheldon Creed right now. I mean, there's been so many times this year where he's had a race-winning car possibly, and then just got taken out by either mechanical failure or somebody else's problem, like just right now. But I'm really interested to see where this goes. Does Creed or Gibbs feel like they're going to have to pay back Gragson at some point in this playoffs? Because honestly, I would honestly be like, why did you took me out and we aren't even halfway through this race? I mean, what's your problem? Yeah, right now, if Castle can get back out on track for just 20 laps, he'll pass 2 more cars and pick up 2 more spots. And for each spot he picks up on the racetrack, that's just 1 more spot that Ryan Sieg has to finish better. So if Ryan Sieg doesn't get any stage points, which he's in position to not get any, but if he doesn't get any stage points, he's got to finish inside the top 15 to get into the playoffs. But thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We got 50 people watching. We got 35 likes. Let's get up to 40 likes, baby. Yeah, if Sieg can get some stage points here, even just literally 1 or 2 points, I mean, that is going to help him a ton. Because then it just makes the ending result even easier. Because, if he gets 2 stage points, now instead of having to finish top 15, it's top 17. Which is, I think, going to be, I mean, each spot is just easier to pull off. Yeah, literally all Ryan Sieg has to do is basically not crash out of this race and just not be too pessimistic that they go a lap down or something, because they got a top 15 car easily. They just got to hope something bad doesn't happen to them. Put up a new poll in the chat. Does Ryan Sieg make the playoffs? But out front on this restart, it's going to be Allgaier on the outside, Gragson on the inside. Green flag back in the air. Allgaier with a great restart. And now he's got his main competition, Ty Gibbs, out of this race. And I think Allgaier's really going to be able to set sail here to the end of stage 2. And he's already out to about a 5 car length gap. Then it's Gragson in second, Brandon Jones third, and then in fourth, Sam Mayer and A.J. Allmendinger. And Sam Mayer's going to be able to move up to fourth, and he's looking to maybe get third on the outside of Brandon Jones. Austin Hill is in 6th, Sammy Smith 7th, Herbst, Barry, and Burton round out your top 10. Ryan Sieg currently running in 12th. If he can move up into the top 10, pick up a couple stage points, that'll be really big for him and that team. But it looks like he's battling for that 12th spot right now, and if he loses it, which he just did, he's now back to only 3 points above the cut line. 30 to go here in stage 2. A.J. Allmendinger is going to get by Brandon Jones. Allmendinger, the defending winner of this race, up to 4th place. Oh, Austin Hill really sideways down low there. Yeah, that 21 car is all over the place right now. Sammy Smith's going to get by him as well. And Jeffrey Earnhardt trying to get by Daniel Hemrick for 10th place. Or no, that's for 11th place. Oh, boy. Jeb Burton, though, looking to get by Josh Berry for ninth. Jeb Burton, the highest driver in terms of the winning. Get in your category. Oh, Josh Berry in the wall there. Josh Berry in the wall in turn 2. Just got a bit too far up the racetrack. Got in the marbles. And he just got stuck right into the wall. Not too much damage, really, on that 8 car. He's still out there. But, yeah, he just got up there. You know, the groove is starting to widen out, but he made it a bit too wide. Now, here we come, 25 to go. And now Anthony Alfredo trying to get by Ryan Sieg for 13th place. Yeah, Josh Berry just looked to the outside of Riley Herbst, who's already on the outside of Jeb Burton, and he just got a bit too high up the racetrack. But out front, Justin Allgaier holding on to about a half-second lead over Noah Gregson, then another half-second back to Sam Mayer in 3rd place. Then Allmendinger, Jones, your top 5, Hill, Smith, Herbst, Burton, and Hemrick, your top 10. Then Earnhardt in 11th place, and behind them, Ryan Sieg. Yeah, Ryan Sieg, though, still not in position to get any stage points. That's kind of the guy we're just watching right now. Yeah, Ryan Sieg just trying to hold his own. Basically, he just has to keep the nose of that car clean and get to the finish inside the top 15 to advance to the next round. Now they're interviewing Sheldon Creed, a driver who is in contention to win, then gets taken out by, well, not really directly by Gregson, but gets taken out by Gregson nonetheless. Just kind of hear the dejection in Sheldon Creed's voice. You know, they had speed in that car tonight, had a shot at winning, and just shame to get taken out by somebody else's mess. Man, the lap's winding down here. Sieg is kind of moving forward, though. He's up to 11th place, or up to 12th place, trying to get by Jeffrey Earnhardt for 11th. But he's under pressure from Josh Berry, who's kind of rebounding from just snagging the wall a couple laps ago. And Berry's going to get by Sieg, so that's going to drop Sieg back to 13th. The laps continuing to wind down here in Stage 2, though. Thanks to everybody watching. We got 50 people watching right now, but we only got 38 likes. Let's get up to 40 likes. I appreciate it, ladies and gents. Herbst trying to get by Austin Hill for 6th. Herbst on the inside of that 21, and he's going to make it happen. Yeah, with Gibbs out of this race as well, that locks up the regular season championship for A.J. Allmendinger. 14 to go here in Stage 2. Allgaier out front is just growing that lead over Noah Gregson, but he's probably going to have to start working some lap traffic, and that might allow Gregson to sneak back into this one. Really haven't had a long green flag run tonight, so still 26 cars on the lead lap. Yeah, Landon Castle still in the garage now, 50 laps down. They're trying to repair that car. It looks like they had an issue with the front right brake rotor. They're trying to repair that and get him back out there just so he can turn some laps and maybe pick up some spots from these guys that have crashed out. Yeah, it looks like Allgaier's starting to lose a bit of that lead as he's having to work this lap traffic, but it's Sam Mayer who's won at this race in the lower divisions. That's kind of coming. Sam Mayer to the inside of Gregson. Sam Mayer to the inside of Gregson into turn 3, trying to make this pass happen for 2nd place. Also, Ryan Sieg able to get by Jeffrey Earnhardt. He's back up to 12th place. Sam Mayer might be able to clear Gragson this time. He's slowly working his way by him. Not an easy pass by all means. Now Sam Mayer's up to second with 8 laps to go. Can he chase down Justin Allgaier, who's not too far ahead of him? Allgaier having to start. He's starting to have to put lead lap cars a lap down. Those guys are not going to want to just give up that lead lap position. Oh boy. The lap's winding down here in stage 2. Ryan Sieg trying to chase down Sammy Smith and maybe get some stage points. Mayer trying to chase down Justin Allgaier and get the stage win and get that playoff point. Also, with Ty Gibbs dropping out, being crashed down with this race, he drops from second in the standings to third. So that's another playoff point lost for him in that 54 and a playoff point gained for Justin Allgaier. And Gragson is even in position to maybe pass Gibbs into points here if he's able to get a top 10 result. Whoa! 3 wide. Oh, Sam Mayer's around. And everybody's going to be able to avoid Sam Mayer, J.J. Yaley involved. They tried to take it 3 wide. Sam Mayer to the inside of a 2 wide lapped cars. And Dale Jr. just is kind of getting angry at Sam Mayer over the broadcast. He's just like, you don't need to make that move. Sam Mayer kind of get roasted a little bit by his boss there on the broadcast. Yeah, that was just a totally unnecessary move. He really just dove it in there. Drove it, even got on the apron a little bit, and that's what spun him around. Not too much damage really to that one car or the 66, but you know, that's a spot there for Ryan Sieg, but he's going to finish 11th in the stage, so just out of the stage points. So he's still going to have to finish top 15 when this thing's all said and done, unless Landon Castle's able to get back in and pick up some more points. And that means Justin Allgaier will be your stage 2 winner. Then Gragson, Allmendinger, Jones, Herbst, Hill, Burton, Hemrick, Smith, and Barry, your top 10. I think Ty Gibbs talking over broadcast. I mean, honestly, doesn't seem too mad, but you know, he'll definitely be keeping this one, though, in the back of his mind as they go later into these playoffs. So far, yeah, that's the big moment of the night. If you guys haven't been watching, they are battling hard for second place. Sheldon Creed and Ty Gibbs side by side. And then Gragson gives the bump to Ty Gibbs, and that's what puts both Gibbs and Creed in the outside wall and takes them both out of the race. And that'll end stage 2, ladies and gents. Thanks to everybody who's tuned in so far. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be live tomorrow. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. Let's do it for Dale. But yeah, this final stage, 130 laps. This is crunch time. And you know what? For Ryan Sieg, he's going to be kind of, he doesn't have any competition on track, but he's just going to be sweating bullets, hoping he doesn't get caught up in somebody else's mess. At Bristol, things can happen in an instant. It's like the short track version of Daytona or Talladega. I mean, you're running 2 wide with guys here and there. Somebody spins, you just don't have the time to react, and you can be out of the race just like that. And we'll let you know if Landon Castle can get back in this race. If he can just get back in the race for 20 laps, he will pick up 2 more spots, and that is just 2 more points that Ryan Sieg has to earn to stay ahead of him. yeah, just a really tough break for Landon Castle as well, running inside the top 10, and then it just looks like the right front hub exploded. They're trying to repair it in the garage, but now they're over 50 laps down. It's basically over for Landon Castle unless he gets bailed out by a Ryan Sieg having some sort of issue and not being able to get a top 15 result. I feel like if Sieg does not make it to the playoffs, that's going to be really heartbreaking for that team, or maybe not heartbreaking, but just disappointing, knowing that all they had to do is basically just finish the race. And thanks to everybody tuning in, though, guys. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Final stage about to get underway. Honestly, my pick to win right now, it's just got to be Justin Allgaier. I mean, he just seems so strong right now. His main competition was Ty Gibbs, but now Ty Gibbs is out of the race. It just doesn't seem like anything can go wrong for him. Yeah, guys, it still seems to be the strategy is track position is all that matters. Any strategy that can get me out front is the one that'll get me to the win somehow, maybe. Sheldon Creed stayed out on like 60 lap old tires compared to the guys on fresh tires, was able to hold on to the lead for at least, I think, 30 laps and was able to run up inside the top 5 for at least 50 until he would have probably finished that stage inside the top 5 if he was not involved in that caution. Yeah, Castle still behind the wall. Man, we'll see if he's able to get back out on track, but I'm honestly starting to think it's pretty unlikely. And now everybody's going to come down pit road here. This is your make or break pit stop. This is everybody's final pit stop of the night, most likely. It's going to be, I think they're just outside their fuel window, but as long as they get a couple cautions, everybody ought to be able to stretch it. And now here everybody comes down pit road, all the lead lap cars, also the free pass after the end of stage 2, which was honestly not as many cautions as stage 1, but probably even more dramatic. But the free pass is the 38 of CJ McLaughlin. That puts 24 cars on the lead lap. And now in terms of the race off of pit road, I'll keep you guys posted. But still, there are a couple possibilities for Sieg to still be eliminated from these playoffs if we were to get a winner below the cut line, like way below the cut line, like Jeb Burton, Anthony Alfredo, Myatt Snyder, Bailey Curry. Those guys definitely have a shot at getting it done. Or, well, I wouldn't say definitely have a shot, but they're still in it. They're not out of it yet. Yeah, it's Jeb Burton, Myatt Snyder, Anthony Alfredo, and Bailey Curry, the 4 guys that are still in this race that have a shot at maybe making it in. Yeah, right now in terms of the playoff standings, yeah, it's Bailey Curry, Jeb Burton, Myatt Snyder, Anthony Alfredo. Those are the names to watch. I mean, honestly, it's a shame. The Xfinity Series is just so uncompetitive once you get back behind that first top 10 teams. I mean, yes, the guys, they're still battling amongst themselves, but besides the big teams, Colleague, RCR, Gibbs, and JRM, nobody else is ever in contention for a win. I mean, unless it's a super speedway. And even then, RCR is hardly ever in contention for a win other than at maybe every couple of weekends. Appreciate everybody watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We got over 60 people watching, but we only got 40 likes. Let's get up to 50 likes, ladies and gents. This final stage about to get underway. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. But at the front, it's still Justin Allgaier, who, and now that Ty Gibbs is out of the race, really is the dominant car. I don't know. I'll have to see, though. Does Gregson have anything for him? A couple of those JRM guys are still hanging close behind him. Also, looks like Brandon Jones able to move up to second place on pit road. Austin Hill's up to fourth. Any update? Yeah, we're seeing maybe get an update on the 10 car. Yeah, it looks like they might be able to get the 10 car out there in the next 15 to 20 minutes, they said. Well, in the next 15 to 20 minutes, that means another 70 laps can just go by like that. And by that point, we'd only have about 40 laps left. But like I've been saying, because Creed and Gibbs are out of this race, if Castle can just get out there for 20 more laps, that's 2 more points that he'll have picked up. And every point adds up at the end of the day. The lights are out on the pace car, and strategy here. Bailey Curry and Joe Graff Jr. stayed out. I didn't think they actually were staying out. I thought they were going to come down to pit road. But Bailey Curry now out front, and he's in a must-win situation. And here they go through the restart zone. The inside line really stacks up. The 07 holding them back. And Bailey Curry out front, and Justin Allgaier already trying to make a move to the inside of the 4 for the lead as they go off at turn 2. Curry trying to hold his own on the outside, but it's not going to be enough. Allgaier through to the lead. Then Jones in second, but the 07 still holding up cars on the inside. Gregson's going to lose a ton of spots because of that. Yeah, like I was saying, track position is key. And so, yeah, Curry's just trying to make something happen here. Hope for the best, maybe get a quick caution or something. I don't know. Actually, no, he's not hoping for a quick caution. He's hoping for a long run, so then if we get a caution, people decide to come down pit road. Yeah, with that crazy restart, now we got some new names up into the top 5. Austin Hill, Riley Herbst up into the top 5 for the first time tonight. Now Joe Graff starting to hold his own. He's kind of settled in 8th place. But yeah, Gregson restarted in 4th, but is now back to, or restarted in 3rd and is now back to 6th place, so he's having to slowly regroup. Yeah, but right now, Ryan Sieg running in 11th place. Like I've been saying, he's got to finish inside the top 15 to advance. Hill and Riley Herbst making a little bit of contact, but Rubbin's racing. Out front, though, Brandon Jones. Out front, Brandon Jones reeling in Justin Allgaier. And just like that, I thought nobody was going to have any competition for the 7 car, but it looks like that other Joe Gibbs Toyota has kind of come to life here in this final stage. And now Austin Hill's going to pull off the pass on Riley Herbst on the outside, so he's up to 4th place. And the groove is really starting to widen out. Now, your leaders are still running at the bottom, but some guys are making lap time up top. But Ryan Sieg starting to move forward. He's up to 10th place. Now 6 points to the good. Right now, I'm rooting for Landon Castle. I'm hoping there's some way he gets into these playoffs still. I'm hoping Sieg loses some spots. Right now, Jones staying right on the bumper of Justin Allgaier. Not really able to find a way by right now, but he's staying on his bumper. Well, Sam Mayer just kissed the wall a little bit there off of turn 2 as we look at a replay. Man, he was Almost crashed that thing, actually. He got major sideways. Lost about like 7 or 8 positions. All right, now. Nope. Sorry about those technical difficulties. Austin Hill trying to hold off Gregson, and Herbst behind him, but at the front, Allgaier and Jones still going at it. We're almost to 100 laps to go. Ryan Sieg currently has that last playoff spot by 6 points over Landon Castle. Now 7 points as he moves up to 9th place. So he's battling Hemrick for that 9th spot. Hemrick, Castle's teammate, is going to try and fight him as hard as he can, try to hold that 39, try and help out his teammate in any way he can. And Landon Castle still in the garage. They're trying to repair and replace that right front hub. If they can get him back out there, he still can pick up a couple spots on the racetrack from some guys that have already crashed out. But yeah, right now, Sieg in 10th place, trying to take 9th from Daniel Hemrick. He's got Josh Berry, though, coming behind him. So he's probably going to lose a spot to the 8 car, so that'll be a point loss. But if he can get by the 11, it's a point gain, so he'll break even. And now your leaders have kind of caught that lap traffic, so that's going to add a new factor to this battle for the lead. Who can work lap traffic better, Justin Allgaier or Brandon Jones? It looks like Hemrick's going to be able to hold on to that spot for now. Sieg still trying to make it happen. But Josh Berry's coming behind, so that might be a point lost. Like I said, Ryan Sieg has just got to finish inside the top 15. Also, I forgot, Bailey Curry is still holding his own up in 3rd place. Austin Hill's now caught him, so he's probably going to drop back to 4th, but that 4 car doing a good job. Curry has shown a lot of pace this weekend, more than we've really seen out of him all year. Qualified inside the top 10 in the truck race, ran top 15. And then in the Xfinity Series race in practice, he showed a lot of pace. Didn't have a great qualifying run, but you know what? Still running now as Hill and Gregson go by him. He's dropped back to 5th, but, you know, still running pretty solid right now. The leader's putting Chris Wright another lap down. Hemrick and Sieg still battling for that 9th spot. And it looks like Sieg has finally got that pass done. So that's another spot for Sieg. Now he's 7 points to the good, moving in the right direction. But now Sam Mayer's gotten by Hemrick, so Sam Mayer's probably coming in a hurry. He'll probably get by Sieg here quickly. But Sieg can afford to give a couple spots. And you know what Sieg wants, though? Sieg wants a long green flag run. He wants these leaders to put a lot of guys a lap down. Because if he's able to stay on the lead lap and they lap up to like 18th spot, he basically just has to finish like the not last place driver on the lead lap and he'll advance to the next round. The laps are winding down. We got less than 100 to go now at Bristol. Thanks to everybody who's tuned in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget, we'll be live tomorrow for the Cup Series race. Now Bailey Curry getting some pressure from A.J. Allmendinger for that 5th spot. The 4 car just trying to hang on those old tires. Meanwhile, the other guy that decided to stay out, the 07, has faded all the way. Oh, shoot, I just realized our leaderboard has not updated. The 07 of Joe Graff Jr. has dropped back to the 15th place car on the lead lap. And yeah, now your leaders are starting to battle with those drivers on the lead lap, putting them a lap down. They just put C.J. McLaughlin a lap down. Now they're battling with Mason Massey and Josh Williams. These guys are going to fight just a bit harder. And this may allow Austin Hill and Noah Gregson to inch back into this battle for the lead. But Sam Mayer putting the pressure on Ryan Sieg right now. Stephen Parsons also coming not too far behind. Stephen Parsons having a solid run. Oh, and Mason Massey going to check up right in front of your leaders. That's going to cause a problem for the 7 and the 19. Also, the 48 is just going to peel out of the way there. I don't know if he's got an issue. Is Nick Sanchez off the pace? Nick Sanchez has had an eventful night, been involved in 2 cautions, and now it looks like he's having an issue on that car. And right now, where is Nick Sanchez? Yeah, right now it looks like Nick Sanchez is off the pace. Anyways, though, Allgaier are able to actually put a bit of distance between him and Brandon Jones right now as he puts Josh Williams a lap down. Now the next car for Allgaier to put a lap down is Myatt Snyder. Now, I feel like Myatt Snyder might actually contend for this spot here just a bit. Snyder still is in position to where if he could somehow win this race, he would move into the playoffs. As well as Jeb Burton and Anthony Alfredo, who are not too far ahead of him. But Allgaier is really just growing this lead out now to over a second. And Brandon Jones is going to be hounded here by Austin Hill and Noah Gregson here pretty soon. But Austin Hill and Gregson are about to be going at it for 3rd place. Hill were the only driver in this top 5 that's really running up against the wall right now. But he's making it work. Also, Ryan Sieg has been passed by Sam Mayer, so he's dropped back to 9th place. But now he's going to pass Sammy Smith, so he's going to move back up to where he was. So 7 points to the good, but he's probably going to be getting some pressure from Stephen Parsons here in just a moment. So that'll be another spot lost for Sieg. But like I said, he's just got to finish inside the top 15. Which right now, unless something goes really wrong, it looks like he ought to be able to do that. But as long as Landon Castle can get back out on the racetrack with 25 or more to go and finish the race, he'll pick up 2 more points, and that'll make it just 2 more spots that Sieg has to finish ahead of him. And as I say that, Castle, it looks like he's going back out on the racetrack. Yeah, if Landon Castle can get back out there, he can get 2 more spots on the racetrack. Hey, those 2 points, that now means that Sieg has got to finish inside the top 13, so it just make things a little bit more difficult for him. And the 78 is in the wall off of turn 2. BJ McLeod down onto the apron. He's going to be able to get it to pit road without bringing out the caution. It looks like him and the 6 together having some sort of issue. I don't know what's going on. Now, albeit those 2 cars, if let's say BJ McLeod and somebody else crash out right now, that's not going to be spots for that will not be any advantage for Landon Castle. Landon Castle's over 100 laps down, and with 77 laps to go, he cannot pass anybody that's not already out of this race. And Sieg is working his way by Bailey Curry right now. That's for 9th, or that's actually, yeah, that's for 9th place, or for 8th place, actually, so that's another spot for him. But he's got Stephen Parsons that's kind of coming up behind him, so he's probably going to lose a spot to Stephen Parsons. But right now, Sieg kind of gaining positions as he's losing them, so he's just kind of breaking even, doing what he needs to do. Also, the 78's back out on racetrack after having to make that just brief unscheduled pit stop. Austin Hill and Brandon Jones really getting at it, though, right now. Oh, no. Austin Hill looks like he's got a tire up on the left front. Austin Hill might have been racing a bit too hard. He's got a bit of damage on the nose, too. Oh, yeah, it looks like, yeah, he just ran into the back of the 19 there, and that's what's got the tire up and the damage on the nose of the 21. The 19 checked up, and the 21 just ran into the back of him. We'll have to see if that damage ends up becoming terminal for the 21, or, I don't know, maybe he's got a puncture in the radiator or something. I mean, that is a pretty big dent right in the center of that nose. We had about 10 laps. Castle's going to pass Creed and Gibbs, and they'll pick up 2 more points. But then I'd imagine you'd probably peel off the racetrack and just get out the way because there's no way he gains any more points after that. But thanks to everybody tuning in right now. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Right now, Sieg's got an 8-point gap over Castle. And now Gregson's going to make a move to the inside of Austin Hill for 3rd place as they go into turn 3. And I think Gregson's going to have that pass complete off of turn 4. Nope, not quite. But just that damage on the nose of the 21's really, I think, holding him back right now. Also, Parsons is by Curry. He's up to 9th place, and he's trying to catch Ryan Sieg. Stephen Parsons having a great run in that 45. Austin Hill, though, even though he's dropped back to 4th place now, still going to have quite a bit of track position. There's 3 seconds on the racetrack back to Riley Herbst in 5th place, so he can kind of chill there for now. But now Allgaier working some pretty heavy lap traffic at the front, trying to put Ryan Ellis a lap down. That's the driver all the way up in 16th. So yeah, right now Allgaier is flying through this field. He's just put Jeremy Clements and Ryan Ellis a lap down. And if he laps up to 13th, that means that Ryan Sieg is basically locked into the playoffs unless he crashes out or something. Yeah, Kyle Weatherman, the next driver, about to go a lap down. I mean, even if this thing runs green, I know he's lapped all the way up to like 15th, but Ryan Sieg, in terms of, he's all the way up in 8th place running well, and he's only a half a lap behind the leaders. It's not like he's really in danger of going a lap down right now, unless this thing were to go green basically to the finish. And that's mainly the only thing that Ryan Sieg does not want to do is fall a lap down, because then he's trapped basically outside the top 10, which means he's basically have to finish like the first lead lap car to make it into the playoffs. Yeah, Allgaier's grown that lead up to almost 2 seconds over Brandon Jones. He is pulling away. And he's got a lot of clean racetrack in front of him, so he can put down some fast laps right now and just try and chop his way through this field. Bailey Curry, though, about to drop out of the top 10 on those old tires. He's held on for as long as he can. But now he's at this point, Bailey Curry's going to be having to hope for a caution here pretty soon, or else he might even have to come into pit here in the next like 20 or 30 laps. Oh boy, Gregson is trying to pass Brandon Jones for 2nd place as they're working lap traffic, and it looks like he's going to make it happen. He uses the 51 car as a pick, and now Noah Gregson's up to 2nd place, so will he be able to go and chase down his teammate Justin Allgaier for the lead? But now Gregson's up to 2nd, Brandon Jones back to 3rd. Yeah, Allgaier, though, even though Gregson's moved up to second, he's 3 seconds behind the leader. So he's got a lot of ground to make up. Also, Allmendinger's gotten by Riley Herbst. He's up to 5th place. Yeah, and right now, Ryan Sieg running really well. He's running almost even lap times with the leader, running some of the fastest laps on the racetrack. So it's not even like he's really losing a lot of time right now. And now Allgaier is looking to put Anthony Alfredo a lap down. Anthony Alfredo is running all the way in 14th. Allgaier just setting a blinding pace right now, as now we're up to 53 laps to go. And also now Landon Castle has picked up 2 more spots, but there's really no more positions he can gain. And now Ryan Sieg has got to finish inside the top 13. He's got to finish inside the top 13. Right now he runs in 8th. Just got to finish inside the top 13. Or maybe it's the top 14. I don't know. It's something like that, though. It's tight. Oh, and Austin Hill's going to get boxed in by some lapped cars. Now he's going to lose a spot to A.J. Allmendinger. And it looks like he's probably going to lose a spot to Riley Herbst. And oh, Sage Karam gets really sideways there in the 0-2. Yeah, Hill's really starting to fade. He's back to 6th place. That damage really hurting that car. 50 laps to go. And now Anthony Alfredo about to go a lap down. And this lap traffic is allowing Gragson to kind of make up a little ground on the leader. He's picked up a half second on Allgaier over the last couple laps. Yeah, and now Parsons is by Ryan Sieg, so that's a spot lost for Ryan Sieg. And yeah, so Ryan Sieg has to finish. He's got to finish 14th or higher. So he's got to finish 14th or higher. So he can give 5 spots right now. He can give 5 spots if he had to. And it looks like Ryan Sieg, though, might be catching Austin Hill, though, pretty soon. So that'll be another spot gain for him. And Sam Mayer, though, looking to get by Riley Herbst for 5th place. Oh, that was pretty tight. Oh, boy. Just a really tough break for Landon Castle. That mechanical issue is basically taking them out of this race. But he is running right by Ryan Sieg, so he could try and hold up the 39 a little bit right now. Man, there's just nothing more Castle can do other than hope that Sieg messes up. Also, Josh Berry's getting by Bailey Curry, so Berry might be catching Ryan Sieg here, so that could be another spot lost to Ryan Sieg. And Ryan Sieg, that lap time is starting to fall off. He's back to almost 11 seconds behind the leader, so we run another 20 laps, he might be at risk of going a lap down, so then we maybe have another caution. That could open up a window of possibility for Landon Castle. Whoa! Riley Herbst chops the nose off Austin Hill. They're going down the front straightaway. You know, Austin Hill has really started to work in this high line, like all the way up against the wall. He's running some great lap time. He's back up to 5th place. But Gragson has caught the leader, Justin Allgaier. Allgaier's been getting held up by lap traffic, specifically Anthony Alfredo there for quite a bit, and that allowed Gragson to close back in. Now it's a bit of ways to the next lead lap car that Allgaier's got to put lap down. It's Sammy Smith in 13th. Oh, boy, the laps are winding down. 38 to go. Landon Castle's got to hope for a miracle if he wants to make it into these playoffs. And Justin Allgaier's trying to hold on to get another win this season, but it's Noah Gragson who's chasing him down, arguably the hottest driver in the Xfinity Series right now. Allgaier has dominated the night. Can he hang on for another 35 more laps? But Gragson has caught the 7, though, right now. He has caught him. He is on the bumper of his teammate. And it looks like right now that 9 car is just, he's got the better line. He's figured out how to run that high side all the way up against the wall, and he's just running a faster lap time than the 7. But they're about to put the 18 as Sammy Smith a lap down. We'll have to see how much he's willing to fight these leaders for that lead lap spot. Thanks to everybody watching. Know right now we got 70 people watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, right now as they run. Yeah, it's Ryan Sieg is back to almost 13 seconds off the leaders, so he could be at risk of going a lap down here pretty soon, and Sammy Smith's going to go a lap down, as well as Daniel Hemrick's already one lap down, so Daniel Hemrick really fell off the pace here. He's back to 22nd. 2 laps down. But yeah, now that Sammy Smith's 1 lap down, the leaders set their eyes on the next lapped car ahead of him, which is Jeffrey Earnhardt, who is having a pretty solid run tonight. Sam Mayer and Riley Herbst, though, currently going at it for 6th place on the racetrack. This battle's been going on for quite a bit. The 1 car trying to get by the 98. But the battle is down to 2 cars. Allgaier and Gragson are trying to work some heavy lap traffic. Some really heavy lap traffic right now. You got the 66 and the 38-6 side by side in front of him. 30 to go now. 30 to go. And Allgaier's going to split the middle between 2 lapped cars. Yikes. Oh, and he's going to put the 66 around. J.J. Yaley's around and head on to the inside wall. And that's going to bring out the 8th caution of the night. And that'll put the free pass to Anthony Alfredo, and that'll put 13 cars on the lead lap. Just the number Ryan Sieg needs. Oh, boy, but this could make things get dramatic now. Yaley out of this race. But yeah, right now it's Allgaier, Gragson, Jones, Allmendinger, Hill, Herbst, Mayer, Parsons, Sieg, Berry, Curry, Earnhardt. Your top 12 all on the lead lap. Then Alfredo will be the free pass. And the question is do you pit or not? You don't need to pit, but you want to get those fresh tires. With only there being 12 cars on the lead lap, it's going to be tight. And as they run, it's Sieg that's in the playoffs by 6 points over Landon Castle. It's really 5 spots on the racetrack. So Sieg just has to finish inside the top 14. And with the 14th place driver being 1 lap down, basically Sieg just has to not have a crash happen or something. But if all these leaders do pit, some guys might take the wave around and get back on the lead lap. So that could open up another opportunity for some more guys back on lead lap, and Sieg still being in danger of dropping out of the top 12 in points. And there's still the possibility of a surprise winner. Bailey Curry in 11th place, having a great run tonight. A driver below the cut line. Actually, I don't even know if Bailey Curry needs some luck to win and get in, I believe. Because right now he's 21st in the standings, and you have to be top 20 in the standings, but he's only about 30 points out. So if he picks up 15 more points by winning the race, he's going to need Alex LeBay, who is down in 27th, to crash out of this race and lose. So actually, no, Bailey Curry cannot even get into the playoffs with a win, I believe, unless something crazy happens. You have to see, though. You have Allgaier and Gregson come down pit road. That'll put a lot more guys back on the lead lap, and that'll still make things not so safe for Ryan Sieg. Currently 18 cars that are on the lead lap are only one lap down, so if all those 18 take the wave around. Allgaier comes in, Gregson stays out, and then Brandon Jones. Oh boy, Gregson stays out, and he's going to be the odd man out. Everybody comes down pit road. So we'll have to see how those old tires restart. Oh boy, guys. Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Oh boy, Gregson. Yeah, I don't think this strategy is going to work out for him. Really bold, but maybe a bit too bold there. He's going to need some things to really go his way here to the finish, but 25 to go right now under caution. But yeah, basically if you have 25 laps of racing left, and then we have 50 laps of overtime, Castle will pick up one more spot by passing BJ McLeod. So, theoretically, there's a way Landon Castle could get another point. But it is very unlikely. But then again, caution laps do, it's such a short track. If we had if we had 3 overtimes, that's actually not totally out of the realm of possibility, believe it or not. Also, though, because Gregson stayed out on the racetrack, that did not allow a bunch of guys to take the wave around. So it's only Anthony Alfredo with the free pass. So there's still 13 cars on the lead lap. We'll see where it all cycles out. With some great guys having some great runs tonight. Stephen Parsons in that 45 inside the top 10. Jeffrey Earnhardt, Bailey Curry, Anthony Alfredo all still in the mix with 25 to go. Great runs for those guys. And yeah, Anthony Alfredo actually is probably the biggest threat to Ryan Sieg right now, to be honest, because if Alfredo wins this race, then Sieg is out. Thanks to everybody watching, though, right now. We almost got 50 likes, guys. Let's get up to 50 likes. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're up to 25. I appreciate it. We'll be live again tomorrow night for the Cup Series race and the cutoff race for the round of 16. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Oh! Allgaier speeding on pit road. Oh my goodness. Allgaier, the dominant car tonight, speeding on pit road. Oh, this basically takes him out of contention. Oh, man, dude. He's going to have to hope for a quick caution, so he'll get pushed back up with the lead lap cars, and then, I don't know, maybe a miracle for him to make all those passes happen, but, oh, man. So now it's Gregson out front on old tires, but then now it's Jones in second. Allmendinger, the defending winner of this race, has been pretty quiet tonight, up to third. Hill fourth, Herbst fifth, then Mayer, Sieg, Barry, Parsons, Curry, your top 10. But this also helps out Ryan Sieg, gives him another spot on the racetrack. Basically, Ryan Sieg just does not want there to be a big crash in front of him, because as long as Ryan Sieg doesn't crash out, he's in. I'm hoping something happens, but we're going to put up a new poll in the chat, though. Who wins at Bristol? Really quick, you can put your pick to win with 22 laps to go. Okay, there's the new poll up in the chat for who wins. So they're going to come into the restart here with 20 to go. Gregson on the outside. Jones on the inside. Then on row 2, you're going to have AJ Allmendinger and Austin Hill. And as they run, though, Ryan Sieg is the last driver in the playoffs right now by, I believe, 6 or 7 points. Unless he gets crashed out, he's basically locked in. But Gregson's on old tires. How will he restart in that outside line? Are they going to stack up behind him? Oh, boy, 20 to go. Green flag back in the air. The Gregson's going to get a good restart here. Doesn't really spin the tires. Actually, Brandon Jones maybe checks up a little bit on the inside. If anything, Austin Hill trying to make it happen up top, but he's not going to have an opportunity. Gregson throws the block. Brandon Jones still down low. Oh, boy. Stephen Parsons shooting the gap. But it's Gregson. And then out front after the first lap. And then Brandon Jones and Austin Hill side by side for second. Allmendinger back in fourth. Herbst in fifth. Gregson has got these guys battling behind him, and he's loving to see that in his rearview mirror. A great restart here by the 9, and he's going to gap the field. He's already up to a 6/10 of a second lead, 7/10 of a second. They're just battling for second so much that they're slowing each other down. And it looks like Brandon Jones is finally clear of Austin Hill, but I feel like it's going to be too late now. Gregson's already out to a second lead. My good. Oh, Allmendinger's around. Or spinning. He's in the wall. An amazing save by the 16 car. I don't know how he held on to that thing. Almost looped it. Meanwhile, Riley Herbst and Sam Mayer going at it for fourth place. But how about Stephen Parsons up to seventh place, having a great run right now? Oh, boy. Gregson just got to hang on for 15 more laps. Oh, Sam Mayer really sideways there off of turn 4. Trying to put the accelerator down and almost looped it. Oh, man, these guys are really pushing right now, but that's going to allow Josh Berry to get by him. Oh, boy, 13 to go, and Jones is not making up any ground on Noah Gragson right now. The gap is 9/10 of a second. Oh, boy. Now the gap's down to 8/10 of a second, so Jones making up a little bit of ground. Oh, Mayer a bit sideways. Stephen Parsons looking for a way by the 1 of Sam Mayer. 10 to go. The gap is down to 7/10 of a second. Brandon Jones trying to catch Noah Gragson. Oh, boy. 6/10 of a second. 6/10 of a second. 8 laps to go. 9 laps to go. 9 laps to go. 6/10 of a second. Brandon Jones is coming. Can he get there? Oh, boy, it's gapped down to under 4/10 of a second. 4/10 of a second. 8 laps to go. A lapped car up in front of the 9. He's going to pull out of the way, but the gap is closed. Brandon Jones has caught Noah Gragson. What's he going to do with them? 7 laps to go. Brandon Jones has got the fresh tires. Brandon Jones is going to be taking that 9 car from Gragson next year when Gragson moves up to Cup. But that doesn't matter right now. They're both battling for a win at Bristol with 6 laps to go. Jones is giving the 9 car the bumper. And right now, Brandon Jones just he's sitting in the catbird seat. He's just got so much more speed on the fresher tires. He can honestly almost just hold out and sit right behind the 9 car until the last lap and then just give him the bump. But up in front of them, they got some lap traffic, but they're going to pull out of the way. And it looks like, he thought about it that time going into turn 1 with 5 to go. Also, all guys by Ryan Sieg. So now Ryan Sieg only 5 points to the good, but with 4 to go, Ryan Sieg looks to be basically coasting to the finish. Unless we get a caution. Oh, boy. We're coming to 3 to go. Brandon Jones versus Noah Gragson. Jones is all over the bumper of the 9. He's going to give him a bit of a shot there, entering the turn. Oh, boy, no lap traffic ahead of him right now as they come to 2 to go. Brandon Jones is going to make a move to the inside of the 9. Oh, he just doesn't make... Oh, this time going into turn 1. The 19 down low, the 9 up against the wall. That's not going to cut it. And the 19 gets really sideways. He's going to have to regroup here in 3 and 4. He'll have one more shot as they come off of turn 4. The white flag is in the air for Noah Gragson, and he hang on. Brandon Jones is there. Going into turn 4, what's Brandon Jones going to be willing to do? Down the back straightaway for the final time. Is Brandon Jones going to be willing to give the 9 car the bumper? Off turn 4 for the final time. Brandon Jones does not do anything, and Noah Gregson's going to win. Man, Noah Gregson's going to get another win in the Xfinity Series. Wow, I am just so shocked. These guys in the Xfinity Series, sometimes they're willing to give it all, and then sometimes they just are like, I'll just sit here and run second all day. Wow, okay. I mean, I know Jones isn't necessarily trying to make an enemy going into the playoffs, but I'm just surprised he didn't even try and touch him a little bit. And Ryan Sieg is in the playoffs, and Landon Castle is out. Heartbreak for Landon Castle. But that's Gregson's 6th win of the year. Allmendinger comes home in, 7th place, able to get the regular season championship. And now it looks like the playoffs are going to be underway in the Xfinity Series. But shout out to Stephen Parsons getting an 8th place finish. Bailey Curry in 11th. Earnhardt 12th. Man, dude, I'm just so surprised that, Brandon Jones just didn't try to do anything. Thanks to everybody that was watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe before you go. You know, we're going to be ending that. We're going to be ending this thing here, though. We'll be live again tomorrow night, so make sure you guys tune in for that. Up to 50 likes. I appreciate it. Hey, guys, we'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Thanks for tuning in.